Hello, everybody. I'm Dorothy. I'm going to talk about the full moon on October 20th. It's in the sign of Aries. So let's get started. So first off, I'm doing this so late. So unmotivated right now. Here in New England, we have some nice weather. All I want to do is just be outside and connect with nature. I have, of course, tons of things to do, lots of client and lots of work, lots of things prepping for a 2022 lecture, which I'm giving. Please check that out. That will be on November 6th online. But let's use this full moon in Aries. Right now, I'm not feeling it, but we're going to push through. I've embodied Aries by putting on some red. Hopefully that will help me out. And I can get some of this stuff for you, because while I'm recording this, we still have Mercury retrograde, Jupiter retrograde. By the time we do get to the full moon on October 20th in the sign of Aries, all of those planets will be facing forward, not necessarily moving yet, because those few days around any of the retrogrades shifting from direct to retrograde or vice versa, retrograde to direct, which is what they're doing now, those periods can feel very, you can feel stuck or really focused. So it works in different ways for each of us, of course, those days that the planets are sitting still. And again, depending on the planet, it could take a couple days, or it could take, 4 or 5 days on either side of the planet, that the planet goes direct. So if you're feeling stuck, that might be one of the reasons. However, if that's not the case for you and you're feeling quite focused and incredibly motivated, that can be what it is for you too, because we're all different and we're all receiving these vibrations and these signals from the planet in our own unique way. That's our own personal charts. So let's get started with this full moon on October 20th in the sign of Aries. Soon as it makes that aspect, it is then void of course. So what does all of that mean? The moon in Aries is incredibly fiery. Aries is a fire sign, a cardinal fire sign. The moon is our emotions. And this one, building up to it, especially once the moon does get into the sign of Aries, as it's coming to its fullness. So it'll be in that gibbous stage to the full moon, October 20th, just before 11 a.m. Eastern time zone. We're going to be feeling it Monday, Tuesday, and into Wednesday when we get to that apex of that lunar phase, okay, that lunar cycle. So a lot of energy around people being very self-focused, very selfish. Sometimes that's good and sometimes that isn't. If somebody's being very selfish and it really impedes on your boundaries, then that will stink. But there are some people that are very shy and very timid. And when we have a full moon, especially a full moon in a fire sign like this one, they actually have an opportunity, somehow they find some courage, that's Aries, to make a stand for something that's important to them. Again, I know these are two very different energies, and there's always more, but this is how this full moon can work. So we may see that around us. We may see around us that there is this Aries energy of people just being so self-focused that they don't see what's around them. You might be that way too. So remember to be aware, be focused, and be aware that that's what's happening around us and with a lot of other people as well. Well, let me share the screen because I like to show what I'm talking about. Hopefully I can pop that screen up. Nope, there it is. Awesome, awesome. This is what it looks like for my area in New England. It will be a little bit different if you're in somewhere else in the world. Just the planets will be in different houses, that's all. I don't have the ascendant and midheaven set up in this chart because of where we live. All right, here's what it looks like. The only aspect, again, the moon is making is to the sun. So this is what a full moon looks like. And so focus on that. Now, I want us to look back just a little bit, actually a lot. I want us to look back to, let me grab my notes, 2 other points in the past, which are connected to this moon, this full moon. Is called the lunar gestation phase. There are 4 quarters that we use in this system. This system was highlighted by Dietrich Pessin in her book, Lunar Shadows. It's a fantastic system. I love working with it because the lunar phase every month is rather quick and short, which is fine for short little things. But when you're looking at long-term projects or just really life, this system takes 3 years. So we start with the new moon that will be related to this full moon. So that new moon, oh, where is it? Was on April 22nd, 2020. Yeah, right in the middle of the pandemic. So what were we doing? The world was locked down, but what were we focusing on? What were you focusing on? What did you begin? What were you discovering? And you might not have even known it April 22nd, 2020, right? You might not even known you were beginning something new or initiating something important, but you can look back to that period now and just say, oh, compared to today, to this full moon, October 20th, what am I realizing now about myself, or something that I began in April 2020, or whatever, how you were feeling, right, around April 2020. I mean, I was pretty nervous myself. I mean, who wasn't, right? Kind of things were just really unknown at that point in time. So look at what were you doing? What were you doing for you? What were you building? Maybe what were you worrying about? Now, 9 months later, we have the first quarter moon, and that was January 20th, 2021. So this year, first quarter moon, the moon is in the same location as this full moon, just within a few degrees. And at that point, look back and see, well, from April to January, what was I building? What did I build? What have I begun? What started to grow? What did I learn? And this could be very psychological, or it could actually literally be something that you were building and growing. Okay. And then here we are at this phase, which is the full moon related to those other ones. And so which started 18 months ago. And we have the full moon in Aries. What am I working towards? What is important? What is the world reflecting to me, the moon? What is she reflecting to me that I know about myself now? And what steps do I, as an individual, Aries, need to take to continue moving forward in the things that are important to me? Now you're going to look at what house this is in. I use the Placidus house system, so it's not equal houses. You're going to look at what house 27 degrees of Aries is in for you. And if you're in my Patreon group, the next video is going to be this through the houses. So I'm going to do that too. And you're welcome to join me there, you guys, on YouTube. That's a way to just simply support the free content that I have here by helping out over there and becoming a patron. So I thank you very much for that. And I think that will be it for now. So take good care, and thank you for watching, and hit that subscribe button. And I love comments because it's just me here. I always respond to all of the comments below. All right. Thank you so much. Blessings. Namaste.